What's up guys, I'm Jed from Modded 2nd Gen Highlanders, and today I'm going to show you how to assemble and install the roof racks that I designed for the Highlanders. We're gonna jump right into it, so here we go. Alright, first things first, find a nice flat area that is on cardboard or something soft, maybe a blanket or something, just to kind of protect yourself from any kind of scratches and whatnot. Start laying out your crossbars, 7 of the 8, and just lay them out about a foot apart. So let's go do that. All right, after that, you get your 2 side rails, and you can lay one on each side temporarily, and then we'll get right into hardware. So then basically what you're going to end up doing is tip it up just like that, and then start putting bolts into the crossbars. I recommend, I don't know how well you can see this here, but they're at the back of the rack. There's 2 holes here. For at least the install, I recommend installing it into these ones first. That'll help keep it all square. And then I'll go for all the R1s, I'll put them all to the front or all the way to the back of the slots. All the way across are all the same. Like I said, I'll keep it nice and square, make it really easy to be able to drop right on your roof, and all the holes should line up then. All right, we'll get the hardware and keep going. In the packaging, you should have gotten a whole bunch of these. No idea if the camera is gonna focus in on these, but each crossbar gets 2 on each end of the crossbar, just as you see there. And you can just finger tighten them down for right now and then tighten them down later. That's probably what I'll do here. Okay, if you want to make things real fast, you can get one of these sockets. This is a 4mm hex socket, 3/8, and then I got my Milwaukee 3/8 impact. You don't really necessarily have to have impact. There's you can use a drill with an attachment for 3/8, or there's so many different options than just throwing stuff all around. Awesome. So yeah, you can just get one of these and it'll make things a lot faster. Next thing you want to do is get your fairing, the last crossbar, the bag of hardware for the fairing. This is going to be the short hardware, so I think they're 1/2-inch hardware, plus little funky slot pieces. I think the first thing you want to do is to just thread these all through here, just keep them real loose. And then you should be able to slide all the silver hardware through the grooves in the crossbar. So let's go ahead and try to do that. Another thing to note is on these, there's a little bit of I don't know, you want to call it a nipple on there. I usually have those facing up, so the bolt is going to go in just like so. That just helps it get up into the, I guess once you see it in the crossbar, it'll make sense. So. All right, next thing is going to be to get the crossbar threaded through here. Maybe a little tricky, but that's how we kept it loose. Now you can tighten these down a little bit, but I'm gonna still keep it just a little bit loose so that there's a little more wiggle room and whatnot for when you actually drop it in to the front here. And I'll probably just feel it out here to get it pretty close to being centered. Right about there is probably good. Alright, and the last piece of the puzzle here is going to be this stuff here. This is just basically just to protect your paint. So you're just going to work it onto here, onto this edge. And then you may have to cut off a little if there's any excess or anything like that. There is, on this one, there is double-sided tape on the inside. I don't know how well it's actually going to work, but once you have it on your roof and have this pushed down to your roof, it's not going to go anywhere anyways, so I don't know if it's really necessary to actually make it stick or not. Alright, we're now ready to, I'm just going to set this aside. We're going to flip over the rack, and then that'll make it easy to be able to kind of drop this into place and then put your screws into the two ends. I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to try to put this kind of up off the, what would be off the roof a little ways. And then I'll slide it down all the way down to the roof once I actually have the whole rack on the roof. So I'm just going to put the bolts in, slide it up, tighten it down a little bit, and then be pretty much, the rack itself should be pretty much ready to go up on the roof. Alright, there you have it. This is pretty much ready to go up on the roof. You'll notice you still have these little guys left. These are going to be your extra foot up front to give it a little extra support up front. I did that mostly because I didn't want this fairing to be the extra foot. So I got these. Something I'll note with these is I have these tapped, so these are threaded, but this is just aluminum. So if for some reason, you just be careful when you're trying to put your hardware in, that you don't strip out the aluminum. If you do strip it out, it's not that big of a deal. Just get yourself some 1/4-20 stainless steel nuts, and you'll be able to just put it right onto the hardware that came with it. The hardware for these is the longer hardware anyways, so you have tons of real estate to work with. But as I was saying, you can put these on once it's up there ready. So there is adjustment in these. I made slots for them just so that if for some reason you're missing your weather stripping up there, or if you want to remove the weather stripping, whatever you want to do, this can actually drop down all the way down to your roof. If you do that, I would recommend doing maybe like some 3M body tape or something just to go on here, just to protect from this rubbing on your roof. You don't want to be scratching through your paint or anything like that, because that would not be good. All right, so from here, get it up on the roof. This method of install is pretty much a one-person job until this point. So I basically, when I've done this every other time, I assemble it like this, and then I just grab a second person to help me, and basically one person on each side. This may be trickier if you're not tall. I'm 6'3", so it's a lot easier for me, but one person each side, go to the back of the vehicle and just walk it up over the top and set it right on to the rubber blocks, which I'll show you the rubber blocks when we get out there. Pretty much you're just gonna set the rubber blocks over your roof rack holes, the OEM holes. You'll just set it right there on all four corners, and then you should be able to put the feet right on top of those rubber blocks, and then you should be able to shift it around whatever you need to do to actually get your bolts to drop all the way through. Anything else you want to note from here? I think that's it. Let's go out there and get them put on. All right, last couple things to do here then is you put on the foot here, through hardware through there. That's just resting on that rubber, whatever you want to call it, thing here. So that's good there. And up here, get your bolts tightened down. Once those are all tightened down, make sure all your other hardware is all good. And then just a matter of adding in any kind of accessories you want. I'm gonna put my awning I had on here back on here, and I got some recovery tracks or max tracks type deals I'm gonna put up there. You can see I got my light bar up there already. So other than that, this is pretty much good to go. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Otherwise, have a good one.